Hello, work life warriors. How are you? Happy Monday. How are you, work life warriors? Did you enjoy your weekend? Did you de stress? What did you do this weekend to play and have fun and de stress and prepare for work on Monday? What fun things, playful things did you do to de stress this weekend to prepare for Monday? How did you play? Hmm. I played this weekend. I did a lot of arts and crafts. A lot. I also did some social play. I went out with some family and friends, got some ice cream. What else did I do? Yes, I worked out. I went on a nature walk a couple of times, I think Saturday and Sunday. So I thoroughly de-stressed before work on Monday. How about you? Share in the chat what you did this weekend to de-stress before work on Monday. What did you do? Did you go out of your way to de-stress? Did you already have play on the schedule? Are you stressed right now? When the alarm sounded this morning, were you disappointed? Did you have anxiety? Were you excited to come back to work? Please share with me how you feel about how you felt about going to work this morning and how you feel right now. Are you stressed out? Is Monday stressful for you? Are you feeling stressed? Is this your lunch hour or lunch break? So I'm in Raleigh. I live in Raleigh. Where do you live? Share with me in the chat. Where do you live? So I live in Raleigh and I am feeling grateful today. Today is a great day. I'm feeling so grateful to be here, to be alive today. I have so many reasons to be grateful. And so I'm feeling grateful. How are you feeling? Share with me in the chat how you are feeling. So it is 12 o'clock. I'll probably wait another 10 to 15 seconds or so, and we'll start to talk about our stress education and stress management WellChat. So how are you doing? How are you feeling? How are you feeling? Share in the chat. How you feeling today? I know it's Monday. Mondays are hard. You had 2 days of freedom. If you work in corporate America, you had 2 days of freedom, and now you're back in the workplace, and you never really feel like you had enough time to take care of everything, right? You didn't have enough time to, run your errands, reset your house, spend some quality time with your family and friends, chase your dreams or pursue your dreams. It always feels like we don't have enough time, right? Okay, so it's 12:01 and we're going to get started. Welcome, work life warriors. I am Ebony Davenport. I teach stress management. I show people how to utilize fun management solutions to decrease stress and counter burnout so that we could be happier, healthier, and well balanced. I use over 50 tools, tips, tricks, and techniques to manage stress. But today we're going to talk about gratitude. So let's start a little bit about with stress education. What is stress? Okay, so we all know what stress is, but it's kind of hard to talk about. We all have different ideas and different definitions of stress, and there isn't one single unifying definition of stress in all the literature, right? In Eastern philosophy, stress is considered the absence of inner peace. In Western culture, it is considered the loss of control. Stress is problematic because it's ambiguous, you know? Uh, Stress definitions differ, stressors vary, affecting people's mental health and their bodies different, our mind and emotions different. There is significant variability in perceptions and responses to potentially stressful events. So depending on who you are and what you experienced in life, certain stimuli may stress you or not. And whereas most people may be stressed, you may have built some sort of resiliency or become anti fragile to these types of things. So Stress is problematic because it varies depending on your life experiences and your perception of the stressor. So, again, what is stress? I like to blend the Eastern philosophy with Western culture and say that stress is feeling out of control instead of inner peace, right? And there are three steps to perceiving stress. The first one is perceiving the threat, which I was just talking about perception, which is appraisal, coping with it, and adapting to it. So, our perception matters more is the first step in identifying if something is a stressor or it isn't a stressor is the perception of what it is, right? So we all know our perception comes from our experiences, our values, what we believe, what our family institutions believe. So, most importantly, um, the experiences that you went through in your childhood, right? So not just the experiences in your adult life, you also have to factor in the things that happened to you as a child, right? And so a lot of times we could perceive things as a threat because our parents did, or people around us did, or our community, or race or sex, but it doesn't necessarily have to be a threat, and it may not even be a threat to you. So stress is just perceiving how certain things are impacting you. Is it, hurting you emotionally, mentally, physically, spiritually? And then how do we cope with that? Because life in general is very stressful, whether you're at home or at work or out and about in the community. Life is stressful, right? Pressure is normal, but stress is not normal, and too much stress is problematic. It hurts us. It's not helpful to our health or well-being, and so, or the quality of our lives. And so how we cope with stressors really matter after changing our perception about our environment, right? And so the last is coping with the last is adapting to the stressor, or adapting to whatever you decided to do about the stressor, so that it's not a constant problem, right? Because you can eliminate it or you can ignore it, but one is maladaptive and one is adaptive. Eliminating the stressor is adaptive, ignoring it is maladaptive, because if it still bothers you, then it's harming your health and well-being. If you can find a way to change your perception about it, then you no longer, that's a coping mechanism, and you no longer allow whatever it is to stress you out. So you have eliminated the stressor, even if the stressor is still in your environment. So in the stress community, we talk a lot about the relationship between a person's perception, needs, and abilities in the conditions of the environment. So how you can perceive control over your environment can cause stress, right? And we all know that we don't have much control in this life. So we can constantly stay in a state of stress, which is not good for us. There's two types of stress. There's distress, which is the commonly known stress. Most of the time when we say stress, or when we're talking about stress, this is the type of stress that we're talking about. But there's also eustress. And those are the good types of stress that help stretch you, grow you, create resiliency, anti-fragility. It's the things that you celebrate, but overall, too much of it, too often, and how severe it can harm you, regardless of if it's good stress or bad stress. The severity, the duration of frequency of stress matters to your health and well-being. So we want to make sure that our stressors are, not severe, that we're not constantly in a state of severe stress, that the duration, which means how long. So let's say that for 1 year we're in constant um severe stress. So for 1 year, like the COVID year, that is a perfect example. That was more like 2.5 years, but still, it was a long time, and frequently we were losing people, and it's severe because the consequences of COVID could be death, right? And so that's a very big stressor, and it causes a lot of distress. And because of that, they actually added COVID to the ACEs. So what can you do about stress if it's so prevalent everywhere, if it's in our community? What can we do about stress to make sure that we're managing it so that our health and well-being are not impacted by it, right? Because stress on its own is not bad. We can use it to grow and to create anti-fragility and resiliency. So how can we do that, right? And that's what stress management is. Because things will happen to us in life. We cannot control it. Stress management is honoring the pause. So when something happened, there's a stimulus. And then there's a pause. There's a moment where you can either just respond automatically, or you can think about it, pause, think about what's going on, and where you can react automatically, or you can pause, stop, think about what's going on, and respond. So instead of stimulus, pause, react, which is this natural if you're not honoring the pause, which is stress management, is honoring the pause. You can flip that to stimulus, pause, respond, and it's honoring stress management. It's the mindfulness of there is something that is happening to me and it is perceived to be a threat, but I actually can take this pause and figure out if it's really a threat, and if I really need to respond to it or react to it at all, as opposed to just reacting to anything which causes so much stress, right? So now in the moment, no, it seems like a stress. It seemed like it was a stressor, that I should be alarmed, that my flight and fight reflexes would be taken over, but it's not. And I triggered them for no reason, and my cortisol went up for no reason. So I can just relax now, as opposed to just reacting and realizing later on that you didn't like your reaction, or didn't even need a reaction or even a response. And stress management is the only way to make sure that when stressors or stimulus or you're having experiences, that you're in the moment, you're there, you are managing what is happening to you, and you think about it as it happening for you instead of to you, right? That's what stress management is. So one of the big ways to reduce stress is through gratitude. Gratitude, yes, it sounds so easy, but it is it works wonders. Stress is feeling out of control instead of inner peace. So, inner peace is directly affected by how you view the world around you. And gratitude allows you to view the world from a different perspective. And remember, perspective is all about what we talked about, the perception, and perspective is what causes you stress or stressors. So if you can change your mind, your perspective about something that you could perceive as a stress, then it no longer stresses you, right? So gratitude allows you to view the world from a different perspective. It allows you to take that mindful moment and really consider what's happening around you. And constant practice will enable you to cultivate attitudes that support serenity and focus on positivity. And over time, a person's attitude will shift from negativity to positivity, right? And their mindset as well. Gratitude is an attitude. We can choose to change the patterns of our life to support our new attitude. We can choose to instill new habits daily that improve the quality of our lives. Humans are wired to think about all the bad things that can happen and will and did. We are negatively biologically programmed, right? But we can choose to remain in a state of gratitude. Developing an attitude of gratitude is one of the simplest ways to improve life and improve your satisfaction with it. And it can increase your happiness and joy and spontaneity and just so many beautiful things come from practicing gratitude. Gratitude improves physical, psychological, mental health, and it reduces a multitude of toxic emotions. And we know living in this society, we experience many toxic emotions throughout the day. There's a direct link between gratitude and well being. Of course, it effectively increases self esteem, happiness, and reduces depression. Absolutely, because if you are feeling out of control and then you feel like it is happening to you, that is very disempowering, right? So gratitude is just being grateful that you even get to experience the good and the bad, right? The things that are worth celebrating, you celebrate, and the things that that you experience that are not ideal, you can learn to accept them, embrace them, and then change them if you can, right? Cultivating gratitude doesn't cost any money, and it certainly doesn't take much time, but the benefits are huge, enormous. Use gratitude techniques like gratitude jars, gratitude journaling, prayers during times of stress. Implementing a gratitude practice is a great way to savor good experiences and remember all the good things that are happening in your life from day to day. You don't have to wait for the big things to happen. Gratitude is celebrating the little things, the little wins, the things that make you happy, the things that we may otherwise take for granted. Simply taking a few moments to focus on all that you have rather than complain about all the things that you think you deserve is the best form of gratitude. When you hear yourself complaining about what you want and what you can't get, just think about what you have. The things that you have that people around you would love to have, or that you yourself, maybe 1 year ago, 5 years ago, 10 years ago, wanted it and couldn't obtain it, and now it is yours. And so gratitude is a powerhouse move to take the world that may not look as you would like it to look, and remake it inside yourself, inside your mind, in your everyday experiences, how you show up in the world, how you are in the world. There are so many ways to practice gratitude. It is easy to do so. You don't need to take so much time to do it. You can actually do it anywhere, at any moment when you're feeling stressed out, or when things are out of control, or when you're not feeling your best self. You can just start to count your blessings, count all the things that you're grateful for, all of the things that you have now that you didn't have before. And it will shift your mindset, it will shift your mood, it will get you back engaged and help you to be more productive in your own life. So you can also get a list or a journal or a diary and write a list when you are, antsy or anxious. Pull out a piece of paper and start writing a list of the things that you're grateful for. Go write in your diary or journal. When you pray, I like to pray every morning. It's the first thing I do when I wake up. I turn off my alarm and I pray, and I ask for guidance. And then along that, I also count my blessings. I say what I'm grateful for. I at least say three things that I'm grateful for. But sometimes, it's a struggle, and sometimes I can go on and on and on. That's just life, right? Another way is to write gratitude letters to friends, family, those who inspire you, co-workers, managers, anybody who you think can benefit from a little gratitude. It helps you, the person writing the gratitude letter, and it also helps the person who is receiving a gratitude letter. When you have joy, it's easier to share joy, or when you're cultivating joy, it's easy to inspire others, right? And so, writing gratitude letters, I write them, and when my family or friends get them, they enjoy them, they love them. And I think it's about time for me to go ahead and write them for this year. But yes, definitely try to write some gratitude letters. And by far, my favorite gratitude practice is the gratitude jar. And it's when you just take a mason jar and you decorate it any type of way that you want. You put a notepad and a pen in it. And every time you have a small win, a victory moment, a proud moment where you feel good, a good self esteem moment, a worthy moment, a valuable moment, a aha moment, when you feel like you are being talked to, divine intervention, you just write it down on this little piece of paper and put it in the jar. And by the end of the year, you have a whole jar of all your good memories. It is so easy for us to forget all of the good things and remember all of the bad things. Again, I mentioned our brain is negatively programmed, biologically wired that way. So We'll remember all the bad things that happened this year, but we don't remember the small wins unless you use a gratitude jar to capture all your small wins and all your feel good days. And at the end of the year, you can have a balanced look at your year instead of just remembering all the negative. And I love my gratitude jar. I've been doing it now for at least 8, 9 years, and I'm about halfway through. It is June. And so, yeah, and so I just want to go ahead and do a quick takeaway. It's 12:17, and I like to try to do it in 15 minutes. So you could do it in a break. You could listen and learn about stress through during a break or lunch. And so I just kind of want to wrap it up real quick. So whether you choose to write a few sentences in a gratitude journal or pray or simply take a moment to silently acknowledge all that you have, giving thanks for the simple things in your life. Um, you'll feel your quality of life will improve. Gratitude may be one of the most powerful but overlooked techniques we have access to every day, and we should be more intentional about using it. So tell me, do you practice gratitude? Do you have a gratitude practice? Do you cultivate gratitude? Do you use it in your daily life? Do you use it to combat stress? Please share with me in the chats. Tell me, what's your experiences with gratitude. I hope this helps work life warriors. I come in on every Monday to talk about stress management and give a tip, tool, trick, or technique to help you manage your stress. So every Monday at noon, you can come here and get a new technique for stress management and to reduce cortisol in your body. And gratitude is definitely one that will help you reduce cortisol in your body. On Wednesdays at noon, I do a wellness work break, which is just some breathing techniques for about 15 minutes to help you ground and center yourself so that you can energize yourself and be more engaged and productive when you go back to work. And then on Fridays, Funny Fridays, I do something fun or funny. And normally it's laughter yoga at noon. And we talk about how we can use laughter to directly reduce cortisol in your body, because laughter is actually created to reduce cortisol in your body. I also do laughter yogas every Saturday at Shelley Lake Park on Millbrook Road in Raleigh. So if you want to join us from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m., it's normally about 25 minutes, and then we just socialize. It's free. Come and join us. I also have Grown Ups Gone Wow. I have one coming up in July and one coming up in August. And then, of course, I said at the beginning of the video, I teach stress management. I show people how to utilize fund management solutions to decrease stress and counter professional burnout so that we're happier and healthier and more balanced. I use over 50 tips, tools, tricks, and techniques to manage stress. And so I do a monthly stress management fun shop to give maybe about 5 to 10 tools each fun shop. And we come in, we talk about stress management, and we talk about how we can implement these tools into an already busy life so that you're managing your stress to increase your well-being. The next one is August the 20th. Check out my website or my LinkedIn or any of my social medias for more information. Well, I hope that helps work life warriors. I don't want to keep you long. I just wanted to go over this week's topic and, just kind of gauge what you've been doing as far as stress management, and hoping that you are going out of your way to manage your stress, because this world will stress you out, but it's up to you to de-stress, right? It's no one else's responsibility. It is your responsibility. And it doesn't even have to be a chore. There's so many fun health, wellness, and stress management solutions to counter your professional burnout or just to bring more balance and harmony in your life. And you can practice them easy. They're easy to implement and sustain, and they're actually quite fun. So join me on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays and Sundays in person, and look out for my stress management fun shops. If you would like to learn more information, check me out on the webs. I on these interstreets. That's right. I'm out here. So if you want to learn more about stress management in a fun, happy, productive way that's easy to sustain, just check out my social medias. And I hope this helped. I'm gonna go. It's 12:22. I'll go ahead and let you go and give you your time back so that you can have some time to center yourself before you go back after your break or your lunch. So I hope this helps, work life warriors. Please share with me if it do in the comments. Please tell me, ask any questions that you would like to ask and tell me what it is that you would like to talk about. So I'm gonna go ahead and give you back your beautiful Monday. And I hope you enjoy it. And I hope you have plans to de-stress this evening so that you can, be engaged and productive in your personal life after working all day. Your family and friends are just as important and they need your best self just like work. So go out of your way to de-stress and make some plans. And I hope this helps, work life warriors. Have a great day.